Well, hello everyone and welcome to today's program. My name is Ben Glass and I'm the creator and founder of a company called Great Legal Marketing. We teach lawyers across the country how to do effective, ethical, and outside-the-box marketing. And I'd like to welcome to today's program my good friend Jim Brown from Castle Law. Jim, we're very excited to announce and roll out the opening of our niche coaching program. As our viewers know, through the years, Great Legal Marketing was built up primarily as a personal injury marketing firm. Now we've got a couple of guys, including you, who have come up through our mastermind program and are going to be leading niche-specific programs. And you're our bankruptcy coach. So I'd like to start today by having you tell us a little bit about your own practice.
Sure. I've been in practice for about 17 years. Just started in consumer bankruptcy right out of law school. And basically, by trial by fire, I figured out what worked and what didn't work and put it all in place. And now I've got that system running, and through joining your group several years ago, have not quite perfected it, but it's getting there. But it's grown into a practice where we have helped over 30,000 people in that time and continuing to grow.
Of course, nobody has a perfect practice, and we've been in a mastermind meeting all day today with about 30 of the brightest marketing attorneys in the country, and I'm always humbled, frankly, by being in that meeting myself. Tell us a couple of things that you have instituted over the last few years that are maybe different from the way bankruptcy attorneys traditionally market their practices.
Sure. I think I've always had the approach of really targeting in on what the emotional reasons are why people are going through bankruptcy, and it's never about me, and I've been doing that for that whole time. And as I came into your group, it's really what enters that conversation that's going on in their head. So it's developing those items that are, what's really getting at them, like how are they going to feed their kids if they lose the house and they're on the street next week? And we've just put all that stuff into the book, which was the basis of everything we did, and that was the biggest change that I made. And now everything's been designed around the book package, and what we get them to go from a straight direct response marketing to a free consultation to the free book package, raise your hand, and educate them before they ever step in the door.
So you have made yourself the author.
Correct.
Wrote a book that I take it explains to folks the bankruptcy process, and you do a lot of interesting things, I know, with sort of post-bankruptcy, really helping these people restore credit and get on with their lives.
That's right, and the book really gets into the myths about filing bankruptcy. The process is boring, and I don't want to bore anybody. So it's about, satisfying their need. That are they going to lose all their property? And we really listen to the clients, and when they come in, and try to tweak that and just always make that better as we go.
Now, as you started to implement tools like the book, and I know you do a lot of online video, educational video to help people, talk to us a little bit about the growth of the practice over the last few years. What does Castle Law look like today versus just a few years ago?
Well, I could say that, when we started in 2008 with GLM, we were doing right around $2.5 million a year in bankruptcy in St. Louis. And for 2010, we're going to finish right around $3.5 million.
Yeah, that's very cool.
So we've had that increase, and then now I've been able to start implementing those things in other areas of the practice, and also to start a program for once people are finished with their bankruptcy on whether their discharge has been violated, and that's a whole revenue source that we haven't even tapped into.
So I've watched you over the last couple of years. You've been an active participant in the mastermind, get on the coaching calls and things like that. And I asked you to really become the coach now of bankruptcy attorneys, other bankruptcy attorneys around the country. Let me ask you this. First of all, are you afraid at all of sort of sharing your secrets? Because somebody in your market area could actually join, right? Take what you've done and sort of compete with you. What's your mindset about that?
Oh, there's plenty of business to go around for everybody, and I'm willing to share. I just had where I taught a continuing legal education class, and many of the local attorneys there. A lot of what we talk about in the coaching, I was talking about in the breaks between that meeting, and I just think there's plenty for them to know and learn, and really to understand and satisfy the needs of the consumer first. and there's enough for us to all go around.
Here's one thing I've seen, because I have lawyers who are my competitors in the personal injury field, and there's so many different interesting techniques, and of course we're putting our own personality behind everything, that all of the lawyers have a unique story to tell, and they all sort of attack a slightly different part of the market. Let's talk a little bit about the GLM bankruptcy program. A lawyer who joins Great Legal Marketing and wants to be a part of the bankruptcy niche, give us some idea of what they can expect.
Well, what you can expect really is a good monthly basis from where I started, and it does start with the mindset, as you just mentioned, and how to really start thinking about your practice in terms of really getting into that conversation and developing what those clients want, not making it about you. That's the first step. So each month you're going to get, starting from that point, and building towards the specific techniques I use now and all the different areas that I use to bring clients in. And I was asked one time, what do you do to bring in 70 to 80 clients a week? And it's not one thing, it's 80
no one
different
magic
things.
Pill, right.
Right. So what works for me and my 80 things, will work across the board. And we've tried this in other cities that it works. But your personality and what you bring to the equation will also be very key in their area.
Folks are actually going to get a lot of stuff because they're going to get the basic Great Legal Marketing toolkit that we've been selling for years for just under $4,000. They're going to get actually a separate monthly marketing manual and CDs and things like that Rem Jackson and I record. And then on top of all that, they're going to be able to get on phone calls with you, group phone calls, where you take bankruptcy lawyers step by step through the sort of implementation of the Great Legal Marketing Jim Brown way and help them do this for their own practice. That sounds very cool. Well, look, I think anyone who's watching this should go to glmbankruptcy.com. We've got complete information there. If someone has questions, they can contact us through the website. Jim would be happy to answer their questions. And really, we hope to get lots of lawyers to really be able to differentiate themselves in their own community, become a wise man or woman at the top of the mountain, and become, the resource in this case for bankruptcy law in their particular area.
Yeah, I look forward to working with everybody and getting them to really develop that GLM concept and then laser focus that into the bankruptcy practice.
Well, Jim, thanks for coming on the program. I look forward to our bankruptcy niche coaching.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Jim.